Due to the shortage of labor in agriculture and the processing sector too, the presence of these workers are essential.
The Union of Agricultural Producers in Quebec made a direct plea to the Government of Canada Wednesday morning. Let temporary workers across the Canadian border, or it could have disastrous consequences for the entire food chain. And Ottawa listened.
This is why the Canadian government must make an exemption for these temporary foreign workers. Canadians can't rely only on import to feed themselves in the next month.
The UPA and other associations of food producers in Quebec pressed the government, saying closing borders could lead to a massive shortage of workers in the agricultural sector. 16,000 workers from Mexico and Central America have been helping to harvest crops in Quebec for several years.
Their absence will jeopardize the entire production season and would undoubtedly cause a significant increase in grocery bill of our fellow citizens who will be then entirely dependent on imports.
Public Security Minister Bill Blair responding Wednesday that international students, workers on visas, and temporary foreign workers would be allowed into the country under condition that they respect the government's ask to self-isolate for 14 days. The Canadian Federation of Independent Business says 75% of farmers in Canada could not function without foreign workers.
For farmers and our primary food producers, we will boost Farm Credit Canada. And we know some sectors of our economy are more vulnerable to COVID-19 than others. That's why in the coming days, we'll be looking at ways in which we can support them all, including through instruments like the Canada account.
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announcing Wednesday an $82 billion aid package that will include boosting Farm Credit Canada for farmers and food producers. This immigration lawyer says while the government is trying to stop the spread of the virus, it's good that the plight of foreign workers will be considered.
I understand the government's position at this time, trying to stop spread of the virus, which is very contagious at this time. So I think it could be a proper way to stop spreading of the virus. But at the same time, they have to actually come up with specific measures for the temporary workers who already had valid work permit and who are abroad for many reasons, personal reasons or business, who should come back to Canada where their family is.
Well, there are 16,000 workers coming to our farms, and they're there to do all the tasks that are necessary for the production. So we have the preparation of the plants in the greenhouses, the transplant, the seeding, the taking care of the plants or the crops during the season, obviously harvesting at the end and prepare for market. So these are the people that do the job.
In Montreal, Sharon Yonan Reynolds, City News.